Konnichiwa everyone, we're back at it with some fun sumo card videos again. It's been a little bit, so thanks for hanging in there and being patient. I'm back up and running with some more sumo card videos here back in the United States. Got a bunch of auction openings, been collecting them since my last video, so I got a ton of content coming your way, so be sure to tune in and subscribe to the channel. I want to open this one here. I definitely know what it is. I remember getting this one. I'm gonna open it up here. Nice little packaging done. For those of you who ordered from Japan, sellers typically do an amazing job of packaging, but this says Chiyonofuji, and I can't remember what that says down here, but I think this commemorates his career. Now this should be a phone card set. If we open it up, look at that. Nice little velvet case here. It says Chiyonofuji collection. Nice little velvet case in this red cardboard box. Back is blank, but let's open it up here and see what we've got going on here. All right, Chiyonofuji collection. Well, there we go. First blank page, and I think there's probably 6 or so pages here. There we go. Oh, nice. It's got actually English down here, so those of you can read it. You can pause it there and read it. But this says Chiyonofuji collection, The Wolf. And now this is actually a phone card. Let's see, do I dare try to take it out? Maybe. I won't try to take it out, but definitely a phone card there. Looks like a tournament victory. I'm not sure what this is actually depicting here. Let's see, so this is probably his promotion to Ozeki. Looks like back in 1982. So here we go. Same year at the 1982 Nagoya tournament, Chiyonofuji beat Kito no Umi and captured a second straight championship. 2 years later, he was promoted to Yokozuna. So here's his Yokozuna promotion ceremony at Meiji Shrine. You can see a picture here. So yeah, these phone cards, the intent was you actually could pop these out, use them in telephones. For those of you who lived in Japan in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, this is how you actually made calls before cell phones. These were meant to be collected, but I guess you could use them as well. But most people collected phone cards back in the 1980s and 90s. 53 consecutive wins, so this is talking about that. I'm not sure who that is, whether it's his wife, mom, friend. Look here. Let's see, it says the first time ever for a sumo wrestler to get the national award. Chiyonofuji, with a record of 950 wins, received the prize in the first year of Heisei 1989. So that was the first year of Heisei, after the autumn tournament. Along with his wife, Kumiko, a radiant Chiyonofuji is seen. So there's his wife and a couple other individuals, looks like from the sumo world. All right, a couple more pages here. So I'll get these cataloged in the 7th edition of my book, but that's kind of a cool one. Can you see that there? Chiyonofuji accomplished his dream record of a 4-digit or 1,000 wins by defeating Hana no Kuni in the spring tournament in 1990. At the aisle, the Hanamichi, the wolf gets flowers from 2 ladies. Smiling, he said, "This is the real flower path." Look at that, 1,000 wins. There you go, 1,000 wins celebration. You can see busting open bottle of sake there. A couple more pages. All right. So this is basically when Takanohana and Wakanohana and Akebono started making their rise in the late 80s, early 90s. It says, fight against Takanohana brought about a generational change after losing to the 18-year-old Takahanada. Chiyonofuji, who had already realized that age was taking its toll, decided to stop fighting on the 3rd day of the tournament after the Takatoriki fight. He retired on 14 June 1991. So this looks like his retirement press conference there. Looks like maybe that's his last bout as an active wrestler. Okay, so here, well, kind of last pages here, it says Chiyonofuji profile. He's got kind of when he entered sumo, all of his hobbies, family here. Chiyonofuji, a little bit of memory, I guess, a memorial, a little bit of a tribute. Here's a nice cool picture of Chiyonofuji there. Here's all of his wins and against who he won it against and when. I don't know if it had the Kimarite, but it looks like that's who he won it against. All right, there's his handprint, Tegate. And then here on the right, what does that look like? Okay, here's all of his, looks like his tournaments. Trying to read that there. Nagoya, it's got Nagoya and Kyushu. maybe his last, I don't know, 53. So not sure what the 53 stands for. Anybody want to guess there? Maybe his last 53 bouts or his 53 winning streak, maybe? Take a guess there. Here's some more tributes from different mayors of Hokkaido at Fukushima-cho. Looks like Shinosuke Kimura from Sumo Umpire. Oh, I get it. Sumo Umpire. One of the Gyoji wrote there. NHK Service Center, Naofumi Mizuno wrote a little bit of tribute. So yeah, I guess this is the tribute of him retiring. And this would have been right at the heyday of phone card collecting as well. So tons of people would have been collecting this. You see these pop up every once in a while. You can get them for fairly cheap, relatively, right under $100 US. But pretty cool. I've seen these before and decided to finally pick one up. So glad I did. But look for the 7th edition of my Sumo Menko and chart card checklist to actually have this cataloged. I'll go ahead and get a year in there as well. But alrighty, appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Alrighty, sayonara, bye.